Our generation of teenagers are quite modernized, so we spend a lot of time at our homes. But do we like to spend all this time at our home? Out of all of society, teenagers are the ones that feel the most loneliness or to be isolated. Teens just want to be a part of the society, so we'll do anything to fit in or to get attention.
Emma, where's my lunch?
Oh, you're such a good girl. Come and sit with me. Yeah, lovely. Here you go.
Yay!
Give me a kissy. Oh.
Where's my $20?
You don't deserve it. Did you get the good marks? No.
You didn't do anything good, so you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
But I'm trying.
Where's trying?
We
I don't
wanna
see
see.
any results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you have the good results, you gotta get it.
Yeah, and only $20, not more than that.
Teenagers feel isolated when they're left home alone. Nowadays, many parents have jobs that require a lot of time from them. This would lead their children to be left home alone. Teenagers are different from younger children. Teenagers understand that they need to fit in or they want to fit in. So when a teenager is left home alone without the company of anyone else, the teenager will start to feel bored, and this is a sign of isolation kicking in. When we cannot talk to anyone or express ourselves to anyone, we start to become depressed. And this depression eventually causes many horrible things, such as suicide. Many teens also feel jealousy. Some parents might favor one child over the other. The teenagers become very upset with that. The Metamorphosis portrays the main character, Gregor, to have very similar feelings as a teenager, except in the book, he is not accepted by his family and he has no friends to turn to. And this eventually is the reason why he committed suicide.
Consider yourself to be a teen?
Yup.
How much time would you say you spend in your room?
Ooh, around like 75-80%.
Okay. Would you rather spend your time with your friends in real life or online?
It's a complicated question, but I suppose in real life.
Could you go over your regular day schedule?
Wake up, I brush my teeth, eat cereal, go to school. After I'm done school, I come home. I tend to just eat lunch, or if I eat there, then I just eat like snacks over here. Then I do my homework, watch a couple of shows before I sleep, and then I just sleep.
Okay. Do you ever feel stressed by the work that you're given?
It feels like it's like seasonal, so like sometimes during the year it's very like slow, but like sometimes it gets really really tough. Like around exam season, that's like the most stressful time. But like sometimes like near the beginning of terms, it's very very relaxed, very easy. So it's like seasonal.
How much time would you say you spend with your friends either online or in real life?
Well, with Skype, we tend to message like almost like throughout the day. So like Skyping, like messaging each other like 24/7, or like talking like through Skype, maybe like 2 hours a day.
Does the affection that your siblings get from your parents ever make you jealous in a sort of way?
No, because I'm usually like the recipient of most of it.
Oh, okay. Would you feel that your other siblings would become jealous from your affection, the affection that you're given?
I don't think they should, because like all the affection I get, they get just as much. Like I don't get that much more. Like it's just because I'm the firstborn, and they're like kind of worried of like the state I'm at. I think that's why they're giving a lot of affection. They're feeling they're losing me, but I guess that's why. But like I don't think they feel me more, and like they hate me alone.
Would it be fair to say that sometimes you would feel isolated in your room?
Like I say in one sense, because like society's like pretty much like like
Yeah, but you just feel that you could. Some days you just feel all bored and alone. That sometimes you just want to go outside, talk to your friends, talk to some other people.
Some days, but like usually I'm pretty okay like being in my room, because like we usually talk a lot online, and like there's a lot of funny stuff online, like cat videos and stuff, which like keep me entertained most of my day.
Okay, thank you for the interview.
Teenagers are often forced into isolation by the amount of work we get from school. We mostly spend our whole day on something related to school. This takes a big chunk of our time away from us to enjoy with our friends or to be social. This is very similar to the Metamorphosis because Gregor had been trapped in so much work that he just could not have any sort of social life. In the starting of the book, he talks about the four walls he sees every day. That is similar to us teens, as we are stuck between four walls as we do our homework or any other important work we have to do. Research shows that approximately every 1 in 5 teens have thought about committing suicide, and about every 1 in 6 teens have made arrangements for suicide. These facts are disturbing to say the least, but we see a lot of suicide in literature. The Metamorphosis is a good example for this kind of literature. They show a person that could be considered a teen by his parents and is neglected, and eventually he ends up killing himself as he thinks he is just holding his family back and is worthless. The reason I chose to relate the Metamorphosis to the real-life issues that teenagers have is due to the fact that Gregor has many tendencies that would relate to him as a teenager. Gregor has many issues with his social life, and he does not find his life to be very interesting. This is very relatable with many teenagers. Most teenagers now are just confined between four walls and communicate via technology, so there is not that face-to-face interaction anymore. Many people would say that staying in their room tends to bore them or depress them. This is what isolation does to many people. Gregor had felt isolated by society, which consisted of his family. They thought of him to be worthless at one point. I believe the reason that people could not understand Gregor was due to the fact that he never had a normal conversation with a normal person. Teenagers can relate as we use our technology to communicate, so we cannot see a person's physical attitude change when we say something that offends them or enlightens them. The type of death that Gregor faces of suicide is that many teenagers face out of all of the other kinds of death. I choose to add the clip that shows me as a teenager to give insight to how teenagers could feel about jealousy, so the viewer will empathize and understand how a teenager would feel in this situation. I added the interview with my brother because he would classify as a teenager, and he clearly is under a lot of stress most of the time, so the viewer can realize that many teenagers are isolated in their room doing mountains of work.